Hello, today we're going to do Disney 101. Okay, so this video is just kind of an overview of what Disney World is, where Disney World is, and just kind of the very basics. And then there'll be lots more videos to come that are more detailed, and yeah, we'll go into a lot more reviews, more hotel reviews, food reviews, and so on. I also have another channel. Be sure to check it out. I'll link it up here and down below. And I have a lot of other Disney videos on that channel that I have done in the past if you want to check them out. Okay, so Disney World is in Florida, just outside of Orlando. Lake Buena Vista is actually kind of more the community it's in. If you wanted to check weather or hotels that are nearby, Lake Buena Vista is the town that you're going to want to know. So Disneyland, not World, but Land is in California. And we will do another video on Disneyland at another point. Disneyland, just recently reopened and they're going through some changes, so I want to hold off on doing some videos on those for a little bit. So today we're going to talk about World, Disney World, and that is in Orlando or Lake Buena Vista, Florida. So they have 4 parks and 2 water parks. They have Magic Kingdom, and this is the park that you probably envision when you think of Disney World. It is the one that has the castle, they have Dumbo, they have Small World, Peter Pan, all those rides that you think classic Disney, those are mostly going to be at Magic Kingdom. Then they have Epcot, which is also a classic. You'll envision the ball, and they have the World Showcase, and then Epcot's been going under a lot of construction. So a lot of new and changing is happening at Epcot, so that's a constantly evolving situation. But Epcot's a great park. I love Epcot, and we'll go into each of these in more detail in another video. All right, then they have Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom is kind of what it sounds like. It's like a really amazing zoo. They have rides, lots of animals, food, and just a really fun zoo-like atmosphere. It's kind of what it sounds like. It's Animal Kingdom. And this is also a great park. Then their last park is Hollywood Studios, and this is all things movie. This is where you're going to find Star Wars Land, Toy Story Land, and just kind of that classic Hollywood theming. It's where the new Mickey's Runaway Train, I'm probably getting that name wrong, ride is, and they have Indiana Jones stuff there. They have all their Star Wars stuff there, which I already mentioned. Star Wars, Disney Junior stuff is there, and this obviously another great park. So those are the 4 main parks, and they are all day parks for the most part. Kind of depends on what you're into. I personally can spend half a day at Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios and be just fine with that, but I have been to those parks multiple days, all day, and I've just done everything there, or most of what's there. I don't know that you can ever truly do everything that's at Disney World. So I just know what I really like and what I'm okay with skipping. So those are half-day parks for me personally. But some people, those are their go-to all-day, multiple-day parks, and they love them. So you just kind of have to figure out what it is that you like and what you're really into to know which ones would be all day or part day for you. But there's definitely enough stuff at each park to keep you busy all day. All right, and then they have 2 water parks, Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon. Sorry, I had to look over there. I always forget the name of it. I have actually not been to their water parks, so I'm not going to be able to give you a lot of information on those right now, but hopefully in the near future I can give you some better reviews on those. But they do have those, and they are both not open all year round. In fact, I think there's at some point they might both be closed. Their schedule is not like the other parks. The other parks are just always open, and the water parks are a little more seasonal in their opening and their hours and stuff, so definitely check into that before you just assume you're going to be able to go there. Okay, then last little area that we're going to talk about is Disney Springs, and it's just a bunch of shops basically. There's a lot of stores, there's a lot of food, there's not really any rides or anything. It's kind of like a really big strip mall, and it's really fun. There's some really great stores down there. There's a lot of Disney stores down there, different types. Like you'll have your classic Disney like merchandise store. They have art galleries, jewelry stores, clothing stores, and a lot of them are very Disney heavily emphasized and themed. And then they do different activities down there throughout the seasons. Like they have a Christmas tree, like kind of like a scavenger hunt. You go through and you find all the Christmas trees. They do an Easter egg one. I think they do something in the fall around Halloween. They have different activities down there to do as well. So this is also kind of something that if you have some free time, you probably definitely would want to hit up at least once. Disney Springs is definitely worth mentioning. Then those are all kind of like the venues they have to go to. Then they have hotels, and they have a ton of hotels. They have 3 categories of hotels. There is deluxe, moderate, and economy. And kind of like their names, that kind of puts you in the price point. Deluxe is going to be your more expensive, moderate are the ones in between, and your economy are going to be your most inexpensive option that you have to stay on property. Now, when people talk about on property versus off property, all the Disney World hotels are on official Disney property, obviously, and all the off property are the ones in the surrounding area at like Lake Buena Vista or Orlando or Kissimmee or just one of the other surrounding towns. There are some hotels that are in the Disney Springs area that are not Disney owner run, but they are on property. There's also 2 Marriott hotels, the Swan and the Dolphin, and they also are there on property, but they are not Disney hotels. They are not run and owned by Disney. Now, Disney World is about the same square footage as my entire town, so do not think that you can just go stay at any of their hotels and walk here or walk there. It's not going to work. It's like a whole town. They do have a bus system that'll take you from any of their hotels to any of their properties. So they'll take you to like Epcot, Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, the water parks, Disney Springs, Animal Kingdom. They take you to all those. They do not take you hotel to hotel. So you would have to find like a place to go and transfer to another bus if you wanted to go hotel to hotel. The other option is just having your own car and driving. That is usually our preference. We enjoy just being able to drive. Now, if you're at certain hotels, they have the monorail, and that goes to 3 hotels, and that takes you to Magic Kingdom and Epcot. The Epcot line is not running right now, but it will in the future, just to note, when this video was made. I don't know when you're watching, but at the moment it's under construction and it'll be open again soon. Then there are 3 hotels that are on the Skyliner line. That's hard to say, Skyliner line. And those take you to Epcot and to Hollywood Studios. So if you're at the Monorail 3 or the Skyliner 3, you can use those instead of a bus. And then if something happens with the monorail or Skyline, they do provide you a bus, so you're not going to be trapped. Don't worry about that. Disney will get you from place to place. And if you need to get somewhere and you don't know how to get there, their staff is always amazing at helping you know how you could get there. Another option would be Uber. I do not personally use Uber. We have 4 children, and so it just seems like a lot to have to get an Uber for that many people, but that is an option. All right, kind of the last little thing I want to talk about are tickets and park reservation days. The park reservation days are a newer thing because of COVID, and even though for the most part the parks have gone back to normal, they still have the park reservation day. So I am going to go ahead and mention it, and you'll need to check when you watch this video if this is still a thing or not. But as far as I can tell, it's going to be a thing at least for the rest of the year 2021 and possibly 2022, because our trip that I booked for 2022, I still had to make park reservation days. So I don't know, just be sure to check into that. What a park reservation day is once you have booked your tickets, you can get on their website and you pick what day you're going to go to what park. And they're keeping up with how many people are registered to go to each park. And so if you wait too close, it could be that the park is full and they don't have enough room for you. But that is also something that is always changing, because I have seen park days go where they're full and then the next day they have openings and then they're full again. So if you can't get in the days that you wanted to, know you can always check back. Now, most of this stuff you can either do through a travel agent and they can help you through with all this stuff, or you can do it yourself. And I love doing it myself. To me, it's part of the fun is planning and doing all of this. And that's why I'm doing these videos. I want to help you be able to do all of this. And I would love to answer any questions you have. I used to be actually an official Disney travel agent. And so I should be able to answer most of the questions you would have. COVID has kind of thrown a little bit of a kink in things. And so things aren't always what they used to be. But I stay up to date for the most part on what's going on, and I'd be happy to answer any questions you have. But, so planning yourself, they have the My Disney Experience app, and once you have booked your trip, you can get on there and add that in, and that is where you can make park reservation days, you can change things around, you can make dining reservations. It's a great app, and it lets you kind of do everything that you would need to do. You also should know you are not necessarily stuck in keeping your parks the way they are. I have switched my park days last minute. As long as you have not gone into the park, you can switch it if there's an opening. We were supposed to go to Hollywood Studios, but I didn't want to go that day. I wanted to go to a different park because of weather, so I was able to switch my days, and it worked out just fine, and I did that the morning of before we got to the park. So even though it seems really structured, there is still some fluidity there, and you can kind of move things around. You just kind of have to look at everything, the bigger picture there. But the app makes that really simple to do. So, yeah, I have more videos coming up. I'll do more on tickets and budget-friendly options, and I'm going to do hotel videos. And like I said, be sure to check out my other channel. I have a ton of Disney videos already on that one, but I really wanted a channel where I could do only Disney, because that one has a lot of other stuff as well. And I just have too much to talk about with Disney. So thank you so much for watching this, and I hope this kind of helped you kind of get an idea of the basics of Disney World. And yeah, I look forward to digging in deeper and telling you more. I will see you all soon. Bye.